All right, good afternoon. Sam here, and I just wanted to say hello and welcome to the stream. Today, I will be giving you guys my personal setup guide for the Tricklebot. You don't have to follow this, and this is just for information purposes only. I'm just going to post what works for me and what I've had checkouts with in the past. So I hit sulfurs with this setup. I hit the last foam drop with this setup. This is what works for me. So just give me a couple minutes to get everything situated, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so real quick, I just wanted to touch base on the actual dashboard. So if you go to trickle.bot, authorized with Discord, you'll have your license key here. You can view it or copy it. You'll have your membership type, renewal date, product type, or if it's a renewal price, I'm sorry. And then this is not the actual download. This does nothing. It downloads like a picture or something. But you can find the download in the Discord, which we'll get to here in just a moment. I just wanted to kind of touch base on what the dashboard looks like and all that good stuff. Alright, so once you download the Tricklebot from the Discord, it's going to download a zip file that you'll have to extract. Typically, I extract to the desktop. It makes it super simple. And this is all that's going to be in it is this Tricklebot. So that is not all you need. That's just what downloads from the download link. It just downloads the most recent version, which right now is 1.0.143. If you go to the setup guide, there will be these 6 other files that you have to download. So your site key, your accounts, resi, proxies, harvester, profiles. Even if you don't run certain drops, or if you don't use these for the Yeezy Supply drop, they still have to be in the file for Trickle to operate. So, and it gives you a detailed description of what everything is. So profiles is absolutely essential. It's the file where your profile as well as task information will be stored. Harvester proxies is the proxies that go on your Gmails to solve CAPTCHAs. Proxies is your task proxies. Resi is for solving anti-bot, typically used for Walmart. Accounts.txt, this is for Shopify. Let's say you're running undefeated and you need accounts. This is where your accounts will go. Site key is a file that you don't use or open. It's just a file within the directory that you have to have. And then Trickle, obviously, you download that from the Discord. So this is what you'll get. You'll put these 6 files that you downloaded from the setup guide in here. I always sort them by name just so that I know I have everything in order. And so for, let's say, proxies. This is going to be your task proxies. This will be 1 per line. As you can see, 1 per line. Resi, this will be for Walmart PX. Same thing, 1 per line. We're not going to use that for Yeezy Supply. Harvester proxies, you will use this for Yeezy Supply. So let's say I'm running 3 Gmails. I want to first solve CAPTCHAs on the proxies that I farm on. So this will be Gmail 1's proxy that I farmed on, Gmail 2's, Gmail 3's. After that, you're going to want ISPs for them to rotate to once they max out their solving capability. So once this maxes out at its solving capabilities, it'll rotate to one of these. But like I said, your first 3 should be 1 per Gmail. I run 3 Gmails, so 1 per Gmail. Profiles, now you see how this is like a little baby blue notepad. So you'll have to download Ron's CSV editor to edit your profiles. And this is where all your task information is stored. So this is what it looks like when you download Ron's CSV editor and you try to set up a task. Essentially, you're going to have your keyword, your size, first name, last name, email address, phone number, etc., etc., etc. This is where all the information gets stored. So your keyword will be the SKU for the shoe. Size can be random or specific. Let's say you want to run specific. You'll do 4 and 4.5 and why can't I find this? And 5 and so on and so forth. And this is how you'll do specific sizing. No commas, no nothing. Just type in the size separated by an and symbol. First name, last name, all that stuff is pretty straightforward. Phone number, address, state, city, all that's pretty straightforward. Credit card number, expiration month, expiration year, CVV. Now task quantity is how many tests you want to run per account. if let's say I'm running only 2 profiles, which obviously I would never, but if you are just running 2 profiles and you want to run your max of 1,000 tasks, you'll do 500 task quantity per. Retry delay recommended for Yeezy Supply is 5,000, and same thing for monitor. Site is just Yeezy. Mode, now there is 2 different modes, mode 1, mode 2. Mode 2 should be the majority of your tasks. They say about 80% of your tasks should be on mode 2. 2 capture key, you just type in something random there because you will not be using that for YS. And shipping rate, you will not be using for YS. You can just leave the shipping rate blank. So like I said, you can leave the shipping rate blank, but you cannot leave the 2 capture key blank. This has to have something in it. So now when setting this up, it's way easier to set this up in AYCD, and I'll tell you why. Because if you use the AYCD profile converter and you export your profiles, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to have all the necessary columns, and it's just going to be missing the keyword, the size, the task quantity, the retry and monitor delays, the site, the mode, the 2 capture key. So now why this makes it simple is because you'll have a full list of your profiles here that you want to run, and then all you have to do is enter your keyword. Let's say the keyword is GH43 blah 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 blah, and let's say you want to run random sizing for all. And let's say you want to run, I don't know, 100 profiles with 10 tasks each. So you just put 10 for your task quantity. Retry and monitor, you want to leave those at 5,000. Site Yeezy mode 1. Now, like I said, most of your tasks should be mode 2, the majority. What you'll do is you'll just copy these 2 guys, highlight both, and paste. And it'll literally paste for all your tasks the same keyword and the same size. And then same thing here for your task quantity. You can copy that and you can paste it for all your tasks, or if you want to do both, you can copy that. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I was bugging for a second. Same thing with site. You can just copy it, highlight all, paste it. Same thing with mode. Now, like I said, you don't want this to be just 1. You want this to be majority 2 and 20 or 15 to 20% on mode 1. Same thing with whatever you randomly put in 2 capture key. Then shipping rate you leave blank for Yeezy Supply. So that makes it super simple for all your tasks. Once that's done, you save it. If you export from AYCD, it will not be saved as profiles.csv. You will have to edit the name. It will be saved as trickle.csv. If you don't edit the name, Trickle won't pick it up as your profiles. So once that is done, you're going to just launch, and this will open up, and it'll tell you how many profiles you have, task quantity. So let's say you have your 100 profiles, this will say 100, and 10 tasks each, this will say 1,000. Proxies, which will be your how many proxies you have in the proxies folder. Your resis, which like I said we're not going to use for YS. Your accounts, which we're not going to use that for YS. Your webhook, if you set it or not. So to set your webhook, it's pretty simple. You just push 8, enter, and then you paste the webhook, enter. To configure your harvester count, so like I said, I like to run 3 capture harvesters on Trickle. You just type 3. Now it says that it's currently on 2. I want to change that to 3. Now if I hit 9 and close the bot out and relaunch it, it's going to tell me that I have 3 harvesters. So once I start my YS task, you just push 1 and hit enter. It's going to open your capture windows up here. So it's going to be the first one, then you sign in, then the second one, then you sign in, then the third one, and you sign in. If you're running 3, you don't need 3. You only need 1 technically, but I personally run 3. And that's really it. Trickle is a very, very, very simple bot to use once you figure it out. You shouldn't have any issues with it running. If you do, they are very responsive in the Discord. Whatever error you're getting, let them know. But as far as YS goes, what you want to see is 418 for your tasks. That just means that it's waiting in queue. And that's ideal. And like I said, Trickle is not computer intensive at all. It is one of the smoothest running, most enjoyable bots to watch work. It's kind of cool how it just trickles down the screen, and that's they say consistent trickle of success, but when I see trickle, I see how it just trickles down the screen, and then you'll have your file here that gets created, and it'll say checkouts, and then it'll just start railing them in. It's one of the best YS bots right now. It doesn't take much. It's not computer intensive. It gets through Splash pretty quick. And that's not it. It has very, very, very lengthy Shopify capabilities. Being that it's one of the first CLI based, CLI being the way it operates. It has no UI. It's CLI based. Being one of the only CLI based Shopify bots, and how well it performs, it's completely unparalleled. But yeah, that's my setup guide for Trickle. You shouldn't have any issues running. I might do a more in-depth guide, and you'll see in my live cup how I'll let you guys watch how I kind of sign into my Gmails and run the harvesters and stuff like that. But other than that, you shouldn't have any issues. But if you have any questions, shoot me a DM me on Discord, DM me on Twitter, comment on this video, whatever it may be. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm here whenever you need me.